For every assignment, there is always a customized challenge. When you stay in the place of your assignment, there is honor. So that the beginner said there is a covenant between physical and metaphysical. When you do the physical, the metaphysical has no choice but to respect the physical.
You know, many business owners they just want to do business. But the question you should ask yourself as a business owner is, am I doing business the right way? Or am I doing it the usual way? The usual way is, this business I'm about to do, I have some people in the field already doing it, so I'm just going to follow their footprint and just do it the way they do it. But doing business the normal way, okay, let's say like you said you are an interior decorator right now. How many videos on interior decorations have you watched? I'm not talking about the one you learn in schools. I'm talking about people who are into interior decoration across the world. And you've watched their videos, you've followed their YouTube channel, you've read about them, you've seen what they do. You see how they do it. And let me shock you. For every invention and creation, there is always a room for improvements. Like recently, for every invention and creation, there is always a room for improvements. Recently, a company in Australia created or released a new umbrella. I know all of us were so used to umbrella where we pushed it in and then it comes down. But do you notice that when it's raining and you push it in and it comes down, by the time you leave it somewhere, the water is going to be dripping on the floor? Someone saw them no, this is not going to work. So instead of pushing it, pull it in, you push it out. So the moment you close the umbrella, it's not going to be dripping, the water is just going to go out like that. And then there's this company in China that releases another umbrella as well. You know, many of us when training want to use umbrella, we're just so concerned about covering our head and the rest of our body is going to be left exposed. They have an umbrella that you can release the switch and it's going to cover you down like a canopy, but it's transparent. So that way everything on you is protected. When I came in, you saw the wristwatch I was using, and I was like, which kind of wristwatch is this again? I said, bro, this is where the world of wristwatch is now, it's going. You know, going by the days where wristwatch is all about analogs, people use when you travel. Someone just saw it doesn't make sense when you travel from a different time zone and you have to pull out the watch and start to whine. It's just too stressful. Why can't we just have a watch that anywhere you hide, locate the GPS and automatically pick the time zone? The same watch, it's designed in such a way that even if you don't have your phone with you, so long as you have internet connection to the phone, you can read your mail and reply to it anywhere you are in the world without your phone. You can pick your calls, reply to text messages, so you don't have to miss important dates and everything. Someone thought about it. One of the biggest names in wristwatches, when you talk about Tag Heuers and the Codes. Tag Heuers was actually a sport watch. Even Rolex is a fashion watch. But they realized that even the rich people want to be a part of the revolution of the wristwatch. So when Rolex, Tag Heuers, and all these big brands, all these big companies were not producing smartwatches, people start buying from less expensive brands because they don't care about the name anymore. I just want to use it. So they have no choice because they started losing customers and they switched into the smartwatches as well. Now, when I was in the Cayman Islands with my wife and we were going shopping, I was like, I know how much Tag Heuer cost, but she didn't know. So I was like, hey, let's go get some wristwatches you want to buy for me. And she was like, man, sure, why not? So she made a commitment without knowing how much it was. So when we go in there, and she first, like the cheapest you're gonna see on the list is like $1,600. So she just put man's like, let's go. You know, as business owners, you should ask yourself like, what is gonna differentiate my business from another person's business? What is that buying factor? Like, what's the factor that can make me decide I want to buy your products? After all, for everything you create, for every business you have competitors somewhere. Do you know how many brands and products were around in the 90s and they're no longer around right now? Not because of any other thing, but because they couldn't embrace the change of time. Okay, say they couldn't embrace the change of time. Now you have a business. How many of you have businesses in place? I mean, you're not even sure, like you put in like, are you ashamed of your business? So this is mature folks. There's no baby here. Alright, so what's the nature of your business?
To dry cleaning and poultry business.
Dry cleaning and poultry business. Okay. So, if I'm going to dry clean my clothes from you, why should I? I don't go to someone else.
Because when you see the quality on me myself, you
Okay, so the only reason why I can decide I want to dry clean my clothes with you is because of how I see the clothes on you, right? And the quality. All right, thank you, sir.
Alright. So let's deal with that first. That's actually a very good way. Okay? I have no problem with it. But remember, like I said, the topic of this classroom is what? Is what? Living local? Think global. If I'm going to be dry cleaning a cloth, okay, so I understand, I said there's a usual way to do business and there's a normal way to do business. If I were to be, I'm not saying you don't have customers, okay? Like, I don't want to say this, but I have to. And I don't mean it in any disrespectful way at all. It's not for the church. It's for the hotel where we're staying. When I walked in, I looked around and I said, wow, there's a king size bed. Well, like they put attention to details. But when I started looking around the hotel, I started seeing so many things that can be done there. But according to them right now, they're giving the best they can. But do you know why they're not delivering excellence to the way it ought to be delivered? Because they are thinking local. They're not thinking that people from different countries and different nationalities can come and lodge in their hotel. If they think about that, then there are so many facilities that can be put in place. So, if you're doing business locally and you're thinking locally, how do you expect God to take you global? It's just like, just imagine you don't know how to drive, you're not ready to learn how to drive, and someone gives you a car and the key and says, start driving. You're gonna crash, my brother. When you're doing businesses, no matter how little it is, no matter how small it is, do a lot of research. Look at the people that are into what you're doing right now. And I'm not talking about people that are within your locality. I'm talking about people that are major principalities and power in that field. Look at how they do businesses. Study their model. Study how they go about it. That way, you can pick what you need from them and discard the things that you don't need. So branding is really, really important. If as a dry cleaner, like I have a dry cleaning business, I understand that, okay, you see the way I wear, of course, you're the first marketing content of your business. If you don't look like what you sell, then there's a problem. If you tell me you dry clean and your clothes is always raw, I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing business with you. So I understand that part. But the other part we all have to think about as well is, how do they do dry cleaning? Or how do they go about the business of dry cleaning in an environment different from the one I'm living? That way, when you incorporate a foreign idea into a local environment, it makes it different because everyone is thinking locally. In fact, so it might just be because of something very, very, very little. And they're gonna be like, man, go to that person. That's the person you should go to. It's not because you did something majorly different from the person next to you, but that little difference, that little thing, that little attention you pay to detail might be all you just need to break even. Before the new generation churches, like the old generation, they're not going to give you all these hospitalities and extreme branding to make you feel welcome, make you feel like a VIP. Just going to be like, man, thank you for coming, speak the word, you go and they pack your money in the envelope and you leave. But a new generations of pastors, a new generations of leaders sees a loophole in that and like, you know what, we have to take opportunity of this. It's not because you're here right now, man. If tomorrow comes and Pastor somebody said he went back in Nigeria, I won't think twice. Because I was treated in such a way that doesn't make me feel I'm not at home. Of course, Pastor Story might have the word, he might have the anointing, he might be able to speak in tongues. But that doesn't make him different from the next pastor. Because the next pastor can also speak in tongues. Wear expensive suits and nice shoes. But at the end of the day, what differentiates this church, this ministry, from the other ministry is because of the level of attention they pay to details. So if you're doing business, number one, you need to pay a lot of attention to details. Your life depends on it. See, I'm sorry if I keep using him as too much reference points. My brother here is into graphic designing and the whole IT world. He knows that I'm so good at color separations and identifying colors where they hurt to be and where they're not belonging. If he makes 10 designs, he's gonna send me, if not the whole 10 due to the internet, he's gonna send me everything. Which one do I like? And if I tell him like, I love this, no, are you sure you don't like that? Like, no, and I'm gonna tell him the fault in that one why I don't like it. Like, go with this. There are times I've made him make a design like 5 times. It's not because it's not good, but because he wants someone to take a look at it from another angle. Someone who understands excellence. Man, I'm one of the most difficult persons to please. The only person that pleases me easily is because of my wife, and I had to learn it. So I was like, okay, you know, anything you do, I celebrate you, man. and it's not because I don't appreciate things. Of course I do. But I just love excellence. See, if excellence is not the signature of your product, you have no reason being in the business. Don't go into business because you just want to make money. Go into business because you want to deliver excellence. Excellence is all that matters. If you're going into business because you're broke and then you just want to make some extra change, you want to increase your pocket money, that is not bad, but you're not going to last the test of time. If the main reason you're going into business is just to make money and you're not thinking of excellence, excellence should be the signature of your business. If there is no excellence, you have no reason at all whatsoever going into business. You see, so many people go into businesses and they just go into it. And then you're going to realize that they didn't pay attention to details. I was telling him, I said, if I'm going to be building any property in Nigeria, I would prefer to build an hostel. And if I build an hostel, I can assure you, you all want to live in it. Because I'm not going to build an hostel based on a Ogbomoso standard. I'm going to be building based on US standard. So there's going to be a lot of applications, a lot of I want to live in this hostel. Like, it's as if the moment you live there, you've made it. That's the way it's going to be so packaged. I was telling him, I said, I'm going to do it in such a way that I'm going to have a direct power source from the power line. So you have access to power, electricity all the time. And if the lights in the power should go out, you have a standby generator 7 days a week. And you're not going to live in an hostel where there's no access to good internet. I don't care how much I have to pay for it. And I said, finally, I will have a relationship with the police department to make sure that everybody in that department is well safeguarded. If you're building a business, think beyond the scope of where you are. After all, the Bible says, as far as your eyes can see, so have I given unto you. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
It said, as far as your eyes can see, so have I given unto you. It's not just talking about physical sides. It's talking about metaphysical sides. It's talking about how far you can think of business ideas and how far you're willing to take it. If I have a 5 million naira right now, a 10 million naira right now, and I want to invest in your business, I'm going to check your business from one page to another to make sure that you're ready to deliver excellence. Because businesses that don't deliver excellence doesn't last the test of time. They don't. They don't. You're just going to realize that one person is just going to come in and deliver a better service than them, and everybody's going to change. And Nigerians can change. God. You go bankrupt real quick. Like, that's like one thing people don't understand. When you're delivering a product, see, praise God.
Hallelujah.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Man, when I was in Europe, Europeans don't really care about the name of a brand, about the name of a product, like who made it. American does. If an American is going to assess you, they're going to first look at who made your shoe, who made your trouser, who made your t-shirt, who made your top. That is why, even if I see a very nice sneakers, and it's not a known brand, I'm never buying it. If I should buy, it's going to be a gym shoe. I'm not going to wear it out. It's going to be a gym shoe inside my building. See, a product like that deliver excellence. That's why they've been able to last the test of time. So if you're thinking of delivering a business, think of excellence. See, the young man behind you has an headphone. That's Beat by Dre. Beat by Dre is not the only headset in the market though. There are 1,001 headsets in the market before Beat came. But when Beat came, if you don't use Beat, don't use headset though, you're just wasting your time. In terms of sound quality, even Dr. Dre, like the guy that produced Beat by Dre, he said, Dre is a musician, he's an American rapper, and he's a producer. He said in the studio, whenever I get an headset to listen to people's music, their demo track before they record and everything, he said there's always this twitch, there's always this sound, there's always this disturbance, this interference with some of the so-called best headphones in the market. And then Dre was like, you know what? I'm making my own headsets. Man, he is rich. Like Beat by Dre become a signature of excellence. Every athlete, every basketball players, NBA players, football players, everyone you can think of, every CEOs want to use beats. Why? He saw a loophole in the market and decided to deliver based on excellence. The question you should ask yourself is, do you want to sell based on quantity, or you want to sell based on quality? See, the product market is like a pyramid. At the bottom of the product market, you have 1,001 about-made products. But at the top of that pyramid, you have a few products. Lacoste, Polo Ralph, Nike, Adidas, all of these products, they're just the very few products that constitute the top of the pyramid. Why? Are you saying there are no other headsets in the market? There are more than 1,001 headsets. But Beats was like, you know what? I'm going to deliver excellence, and if you want excellence, you got to pay for it. You just got to pay for it if you're cheap, okay? Go to the cheap side. If you want excellence, and trust me, people that love excellence are willing to pay for it. People that love excellence. See, don't let your friends, your associates, your colleagues convince you like, you are placing high price on it. People will not buy it though. Yes, people will not buy it if you don't deliver excellence. If it is expensive and not well branded, why should I pay for it? But if it's affordable and well branded, people are gonna come out for it. I told him, I said, this year, like, I'm planning to start a fashion line. And I said, the fashion line that I'm starting is not because any idiot can sell clothes online. I don't want to sell clothes online. No. I want to build an empire in the fashion world that when you wear my brand, people automatically look at you like you made it. Have you noticed that there is this little arrogance that comes when you use an iPhone? Like, do many people see that, even if you're drinking Gary, do many people see that you are out like iPhone 6 Plus, iPhone 7 Plus, 8X? Bam! Oh boy, your level don't change, oh. Now, let's say it's just an analogy. Let's say you paid 100,000 naira to buy an iPhone, and someone paid 100,000. Apologies to all the technos using the house. I meant no disrespect, please. And another person pays the same 100,000 to buy a techno. People will respect the person who uses an iPhone more than they respect the person that uses the techno. Do you know why? When techno started, they started based on quantity and not quality. And it's always difficult to change people's perspective about you. Even when techno started producing quality phones, you still hear, techno low. The most dangerous thing you can do to your business, to your brand, is not to deliver excellence from the beginning. It's difficult to change people's perspective about your business. It's very, 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 very difficult. So, that's what branding is all about. And then I'm going to be going further. I hope I'm making sense, people.
Yes, sir.
Because one of my biggest fears is to bore people and then just go back and like, Pastor Somi told us to come for this business class, nothing comes out of it. So when we're talking about branding, what are the things that constitute a brand? The name. I'm going to give you a rundown, then we're going to break it down one after the other. And I hope like the protocols are not going to say my time is up already. And what we're going to do is to have this issue resolved. I'm going to share this slide with the media team. so you all can have access to it. Okay? Because it's like we're going blind on this, and I have so much packaged for you people, but let's just ask for grace to deliver what we have right now. The name, the logo. So what I need you to do is, I want you to write brand in the middle. In the middle, write brand. In the middle of your paper or your booklet, write brand. And then draw an arrow that shoots up that says name. So brand, name. Another arrow that shoots up, logo. Another arrow that shoots probably to the left, identity. Another arrow. Am I moving too fast? Am I moving too fast? Alright, thank you. Are you guys hungry or something? It's like you're tired. You're tired, right? I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I won't keep you too long. Okay? So, another arrow that says color. Another arrow that says strategy. Another arrow that says marketing. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 elements that constitute a brand. Are we making sense?
Yes, sir.
Are we making sense?
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you. Name, like, nothing drives me more crazy than someone having a business with a name that cannot be pronounced. Whatever that cannot be pronounced cannot be patronized. It's just simple. Whatever that can be pronounced, if people have to check their brain to remember the name of your product, they aren't going to patronize it. They're not going to patronize it because that is just too much work for the brain. You have a name, and you know, man, may God give people wisdom.
Amen.
People, I think it's an African syndrome. We believe that complexity is the height of maturity. But no. Simplicity is the perfect definition of maturity. As a matter of fact, if you have to be complex with the name of your product, with the name of your brand, you are confused. Whatever that cannot be pronounced cannot be patronized. Just imagine I want to search for your product online, like I want to buy something real quick, and I have a flight to catch in 10 minutes. And I'm trying, what's his name? And people can be so funny. Some people using Chinese name, Greek. Just who are you trying to confuse? Look at the world major brands. Simple names. Nike, Adidas, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Help me out, please. H&P. Apple. Dell. Acer. Why HP didn't say helicopter pavilion program? It's just too much. And even companies that have big names, they branded it in such a way that the name become like they have an acronym for that. It's going to be so catchy you can't forget. When the name is too long, you're going to start losing customers. You're going to start losing people. So if you already have a business, go and if you have a business, even you know the name is confusing. Abba. When I started my charity project, we used to have, it's called POREF. POREF is the acronyms. Stupid me. POREF simply means Positive Response Humanitarian. I can't remember anymore. Positive orient. I can't. You see, I can't remember. Positive Response Humanitarian. I can't remember. But when I heard the word branding, my life changed. I changed it to NFL, Nations for Less Privileged. As in, you can't forget Except your brain is leaking. Nations for less privilege. If the 4 is not even there, it's nations less privilege. When you're making a business, when you come with a business name, don't complicate things. Don't. Just make it short and simple. Before, when I was in Europe, I'm going to be like, what's your name? I'm going to say, my name is Adewale. People pronounce my name so many ways. Adewale, Adewu. When I got to the United States, I rebranded my name. I removed the Ade in front. It's Wale. Everybody in the company, from the cook to the chef to the cleaner, they know my name. I walk into the office. Wale, good morning, man. Good morning. How you doing? See, I was saying something that was funny earlier. Branding is so important. And remember, simplicity is the masterpiece. Simplicity is the masterpiece. Don't complicate it. Complexity is a reflection of stupidity. Complexity is a reflection of stupidity. Simplicity is a reflection of maturity. Choose a simple business name. That is why I cannot give birth to a child and give the child a name that's not going to have a global destiny. There are some names that if you have, they've restricted you to the local environment because the only set of people that can pronounce the names is the people around you. The moment you leave and you have like a 24 alphabet name with so many consonants and less vowels, K, H, W, X, you're just gonna have a problem. What's the second thing I listed there? I said name, logo. See, logo is so important, my people. Logo is so important. The logo aspect is still gonna go back to the name. So I'm still gonna say some things that I said before. When you're creating a logo, it still all comes down to simplicity. Do you know, like, Coke doesn't really have a logo? It's just a lettering. There is no draw a man sweating with a towel, with a bottle, do like this. No, they didn't. In fact, my company, the company that I work for, this is the logo of the company that I work for. What's this logo? What does it look like? What shape does it look like? What? Some say square, right? Remove, like, just ignore like the extra ones in front. Like, what logo? What shape does it look like? The name of the company is called Square. So, even the product we have that we sell is in square shape. See, don't be thinking of, I have to make the logo complex. You're just gonna drive people crazy. Okay? What logo is this?
Apple.
That's the name of the product. It's just so simple. There's no reason to, if the biggest brand in the market, billions of dollars corporation, are having simple names, simple logos. You that you're starting with a few thousand, you now complicate, you are killing yourself. And do you have an idea how much this corporation pays for people to just design something very simple for them? It might just be the way the A is standing. Just shift it a little bit, and they're gonna pay you $5,000. What am I talking about? They're gonna pay like $40,000, $50,000 just for let's say the name is Bab, B-A-B, and they've already designed it. Someone's like, I don't like the way that A stands. Just shift it a little bit and remove the line inside. So it's gonna be B triangle B. That's all you did though. $40,000. Like companies and corporations spend billions, thousands, millions of dollars just on branding alone. That's why you're gonna see companies that they're gonna have some colors, they're gonna tweak the color a little bit, they're gonna have a name, they're gonna tweak it a little bit. You that are starting up like, what's wrong with this bank? You just tweak the name of the person that did that tweaking there. If you have an idea how much they paid the person you will speak in tongue all night. So branding is important. The logo is important. When you want to create a logo, think of what you sell. And find a way to be so creative about the logo that is so simple. It's so simple. If I have a dry cleaning business right now and I want to release a logo, I can just use the shape of a foam, like the soap foam, the foam that comes from the soap. That's all I need. You see the foam, if you have common sense, you know what it stands for. It's simple. You have a business, you have a transportation business, and you want to create a logo. And you look at the asphalt road, the racing road, the black roads with the white demarcation lines, the white dot. And I create a logo, and I decide to create a logo. The black asphalt road, and with some few dot line in the middle. The moment you see, you know what it stands for. Sometimes you don't need to complicate. Sometimes you don't need to complicate things where there is no reason for you to. Excuse me. Look at, do we still use big barrel in this country? The B, the man, or the pen and the C. It's simple, like God will give us wisdom.
Amen.
What's the next one on the list? I said the first one. Name. The second?
Logo.
Alright, what's the third? Identity. See, one of the biggest mistakes you can make as business owners is not to be able to identify what your business is all about. Identify what your business is all about. Identify your competitors. Identify your competitors. There was a time, I think like 3 or 4 years ago, like the CEO in Coke, with the board of directors, all of them sat down and I think like maybe they made like some billions turnover that year. It was kind of like a huge sales, and they were so excited. The CEO said no, that year they beat Pepsi in sales and they were celebrating. The CEO said no, Pepsi is not a competitor. Our competitor is water. We want to be able to sell as much Coke in the world that they sells water. We want people to be thirsty, and the first thing they think of is not a cold water, is a cold Coke. So if you have a business, the question you should start thinking is, what's the identity I'm trying to create with this brand? See, the way Coke so much did it is in such a way that when you're thirsty, you're gonna be like, hey, just the honorable cookie come back. Like they so much create the identity in such a way that they make you believe that the only thing that can quench your thirst is a cold bottle of Coke. And I don't know if you notice, even if you drink the 50 cl, you still be thirsty. You still get some pure water, limit. So the Coke doesn't quench thirst, but they created an identity that makes you believe. And if there's anything you must take away from this conference tonight, I want you to understand that people buy perspective. People buy perspective. They buy image. They buy what you like. They buy what you're trying to project to them. That, if you can take that home with you, I'm blessed. For me, that's the most important. So when you're creating a brand, what's the identity? like my company, we have other competitors. One of our competitors is PayPal. We have some other competitors out there as well, but PayPal is like our major competitors. But we ask ourselves, what is the identity of this company that we're trying to project out there? In fact, we have so many customers, so many merchants that comes to us, and they're like, man, from the day I started using your company, I've been blessed. Man, PayPal sucks. I'm just gonna start laughing like, man. Create an identity that makes the customers of your competitor leave them for you. It's so important. Create an identity that, in fact, do you know some people will go to some church just because by the time they walk through the door like this, they make them feel like royalty. Imagine now, you that are home, they've been saying you're useless, you work nothing, you're lazy, and then you walk into a church, you're like, and church have beautiful people, man. You at the door. God. Like you walk in, you see all these fine girls, all these handsome men. And then you're like, you're welcome, sir. We love you. We celebrate you. There's a king inside of you. You go like, me? I'm going to that church next week. Create an identity that makes people feel welcome. Create an identity that makes people feel that you're part of the family. Make them feel like, which is the truth. Make them feel and let them know that this business is not going to exist without you. The only reason why this business is in existence is because of who you are, so we value you. Do promos, do freebies, appreciate consistent and VIP customers. It's important. You think I've never done free public speaking before? Oh, I don't suffer.